IT investments, I think, are oftentimes not aligned with customer experience, not intentionally misaligned, but just by accident left off. They're forgotten about. I think customers have become technically astute. I think customers are across industries are pretty technically savvy now, especially younger generations. They expect it, and quite frankly, I think they judge your business if your business isn't up to speed with things like a portal or access to information without having to engage with a human being or to get on the phone. For example, if you have scheduling, it should be online, right? If you have invoices, you should be able to view those online. A lot of those things are expected as a business, and a business is seen, I think, through a lot of eyes as inferior or sort of bootleg if it doesn't have those type of things in place. I mean, we operated for 12 years without a customer portal, and eventually it started to look, as we were getting bigger and bigger, like we just didn't have our act together, because people would say, hey, can I look at those online? And the answer is no. Never occurred to us that you'd want to do that, but now obviously it makes sense, and it's frankly expected. So I think that the investment is probably not so much to make the customer happy, but more to justify your position in the market as being valid and reasonable in terms of what services you offer. So I think those are the things you have to do, call them table stakes at this point. I do think that you can leverage technologies, though, to improve customer experience, specifically in the areas, let's say like, for example, aftermarket maintenance contracts. When does my stuff expire? Using technology, simple databases with expiration dates and things of that nature to proactively notify a customer, say, off of a field, like when's your fiscal budget come up next year? Let's say you're in an odd one where you're July to July or July to June. Let that customer know 90 days in advance of when their fiscal budget starts that they need to plan on these things expiring in advance next year. So it just, that's data that we, for example, as an organization have, that we provide to our customers. It's not a big deal, it's not a huge ask for us to do, but we're just leveraging technology and things that we already have in terms of information to provide something of value to someone. So I think it's, listen to your customers and figure out how you can let tech do the work and not force people to do it. Another really interesting use of technology I've seen, and it's an investment, but it does pay off, at least in the cases I've seen it, where you leverage AI to interpret customer service engagements, like with contact center reps. And it listens for aggression and tones of voice, or it looks for words. Swearing, for example, is a great time to have a manager barge in and take over that customer. Or if you find someone who's a little bit, let's say, has a broken English, or you obviously know that English isn't their first language, you can leverage AI technologies to listen in and pick up on their accent and determine what their native language is, and then route that call to a native language speaker that's parity with that end user. So there's a lot of interesting uses of technology that would improve customer experience. The catch is weighing out what value does that have and make sure that you're going to get a return on that investment, because tech's not cheap.